Thank you, Greg. Good to see you. Yeah, for some odd reason, the camping area looked absolutely horrible, and I fixed it. Hopefully, like, you see that purple? That was the ground. But, it's fixed now. There we go. Let's go talk to everybody.
What do you need?
You want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
That doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have
Shut up, Solus.
Not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
No harm done, Alistair.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
Well, he had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
He saved your life by sending you to the tower.
Yes. I know. I think he came from High Ever. Or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry.
We had a noble family, correct? My entire family was murdered just recently.
Oh, of course. How stupid of me to forget. Here I am going on and on about Duncan, and you... I am so sorry. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Maybe I'll go to High Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Yo, dog. Dog!
Oh, what, you little...
Did you just at the side of your own shadow again? Are you harassing my dog?
Me? Harassing your dog? I should say it's the other way round. Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
I mean, it's not like Alistair was gonna eat his food. Bad dog, that's not very nice. You can't be biting your allies.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Remember, children. You have a dog, make sure you discipline your dog.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the blight.
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw, but there it was. A single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
Let's see. And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
Having my finger crossed Veilguard would delay for a year or two. It's not gonna delay. They've already taken 10 years. And, I hope the Veilguard comes out very soon. So, it's basically come out, show your game. You've had long enough. If this is what you got, we'll judge it by that. If people like it, fine. If people don't, that's fine. But the thing that matters the most is if you make sales. Because they gotta make up for the 10 years that they spent making the game. So it's gotta correlate. Yeah, sure, I dislike Veilguard. Other people like Veilguard, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's a business, and they gotta make sure that they, reach a certain budget after all the time that they spent on it. So, here's to hoping. It doesn't look too good to me, though. The Blight is the Maker's punishment. Will you defy him? Chantry says the Maker has left us.
He's still here. I hear him in the wind and the waves. I feel him in the sunlight that warms my skin. I know what the Chantry says about the Maker, and what should I believe? What I feel in my heart, or what others tell me?
Believe what feels right to you, Liliana.
Thank you. It's nice to find someone who agrees. I know what I know, and no one will ever make that untrue.
Okay.
Why are we stopping?
We're working together. I think I should get to know you.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
I need to know if I can trust you, to have my back. What's the hurry?
What a strange language you speak. You say hurry where I would say duty.
You say you were in the army. I've never seen the Cornari before. Tell me about your people.
No.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Get used to disappointment. People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
You said you were in the army.
I am.
What made you decide to become a soldier? And why would Kunari send soldiers here?
The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world.
Doesn't that make your view of things a little skewed?
Compared to what?
Well, that's a good question.
What does anyone truly know of the world? The world changes. We change. The Antam observe what we can, just as you do. There is no point to this. We are keeping the Darkspawn waiting.
True, let's go.
As you wish.
Hey, I got 2 approval points. Wonder what the budget for Veilguard is? 100, 200 million is my thinking? Jesus. I hope not. I hope not. That's a lot.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
What enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
He said the
And
thing!
there you have it.
He said the thing! I would like some enchantments done.
Enchantment!
Novice flame room, fire damage. Do we really want to spend anything on... You have no items to enchant. Okay, we'll come back later. We will come back later.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
So what's your story exactly?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Interesting. Lost Glory days.
Our kingdoms once spanned the length of Thados, from majestic Orzammar to Kal Sharok to glittering Darmalin far to the west. They say the gold and silver veins ran so thick through the stone of Darmalin that the entire city sparkled. The Darkspawn took it
Interesting.
all, of course. One by one, the old Tigers fell, and then all that was left was Orzammar. But we were talking about how I ended up here, weren't we? One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
I see. Well, I can understand. Let's see. Well, what happened then?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me.
I
The
see.
lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
Better to do something with them than to leave them to rot.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy
I'm
with
about
the
that loot.
theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Damn. You're quite lucky to have done so well.
I thank the stone every single day. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
You didn't mention your son in the tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy.
Yes.
Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Blood isn't all that important.
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Okay. Well, have you heard any rumors?
I hear news from Dinnerham that Tyrn Loghain has been declared the new regent. It makes sense, his daughter being the queen. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
But where did the goods come from? Not from the defrauds?
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere.
Yeah.
Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
Alright. What do you mean?
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Very true. I suppose it's better than having them, having the Darkspawn take it all. Everyone has to make a living somehow.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
I should go.
Of course. Good fortune to you and yours.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Enchantments. I'm missing somebody. Nope, got them.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins, Levy the trader.
Duncan never mentioned you.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years.
I think we're a bit
But
busy
here
during
I am,
that.
carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
What promise did Duncan make to you? Well, how did you know Duncan?
It's a bit of a tale, that is. But I'm the one who brought the Grey Wardens back to Ferelden. Well, I was one of the ones. There were a lot of us. Maker's breath, I'm a bit nervous. Honoured to be here, really.
Go ahead and tell your tale.
After King Marek freed us from the Orlesians, the Grey Wardens begged the King's permission to come into Ferelden, some sort of internal business. Me and a mess of other Warden sympathisers spoke on behalf of your order. Tyrn Loghain was very much against letting Orlesian Wardens in the kingdom. But Marek, Andraste, bless him, was a fair-minded monarch and he let them in.
I'm listening.
So that's why I was there when the Wardens and their leader, Genevieve, presented herself to the King. The first Wardens in Ferelden in over a century.
Genevieve.
Proudest day of my life, that was. Duncan was a bit of a scamp back then. We were of an age and struck up a friendship. The King himself went with the Wardens on their mysterious business. When he returned, he rescinded King Ardland's decree, and the Wardens came back to Ferelden for good.
Marek rescinded the decree just like that.
Marek was a bit of a visionary. A powerful mind, that one. In his travels with the Wardens, he must have seen how important their cause was. and been moved by it.
Duncan was an easy man to like.
That he was.
What promise did Duncan make you?
Well, as you know, my family's name is Mud around noble circles. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Orland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
What happened next?
Hard to say. After King Orland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
I'm surprised you kept your name.
Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the Blight. We're not ashamed of that.
Just tell me what I need to know. So what favor did he, Duncan ask of you?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
Interesting. Okay. I've never even heard of Soldier's Peak.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honor.
How will reclaiming the peak help the Wardens?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
Is this DLC? Should I go here now? Why didn't Duncan help you? That is a good question.
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new Wardens and meeting with good King Caelan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
Let's see. Your family's faith will be rewarded. I will help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Okay. Sophia Dryden. That's DLC. I wonder when I can go over there. Or when I should, actually. That's the real question. Baby girl!
What do you wish of me?
Everything. And anything. I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shapeshifter? Or a changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother has been doing this for a long time, then?
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you change into a human form? Probably not. I mean, she's already human already. Do you spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
True. Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
I've never heard of magic like that before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
That's good. Such traditions should be preserved.
I am surprised you think so. Still, 'tis a pleasant thing to hear.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then?
Huh?
Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Put to bed, maybe. And I think your abilities sound quite useful. Maybe tied to a flagpole and tickled? I know exactly what she'll say. No, they're quite useful.
Oh, you're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you?
Don't call me
but
little
enough
man.
of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us. What do you wish of me? If you must.
I'll ask one more thing. I want to ask that later, but not right now. Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
And you're cute when you're evasive. I like that one.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped in ribbons and adorned with flowers. So cute are we, too. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact.
Always getting on
The Templars
Alistair.
would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
I feel sorry for the Templars.
They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed.
True.
And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Flemeth used you as bait?
'Twas a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficana.
Yeah, she was too young. Do you still think that was fun?
I think that my mother made it fun so that a child did not learn to fear. And I think that it was necessary. There are no trials for apostates, no prisons, no mercy. There are only absolutes, so only survival matters. If the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. First, you must survive. Do you disagree?
No. You're probably right. Yeah, she's true.
An enlightened view, or at least an agreeable one. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Alright. Let's get back to business. She has a point, though. Sure, you would like to help out all those people around you if your whole village got, like, ravaged by bandits, but first you need to take care of yourself. And then do what you can after that. Gather your party and venture forth? Yes. I'm taking...
Yes.
Stand with me. I will take... I'll take you.
Indeed.
Doge.
Indeed.
Accepts. Oh, shit, homie. It's a lot to do. Lemeth's Hut, Corky Wilds. Okay, that's down there. Where are we right now? Right here? Wait. I think this is where the elves are. Brazilian, outskirts. Denerim, Ferelden's largest city and main port. It is also the location of the Royal Palace. Soldier's Peak, DLC. Lotharine, that's where we're at, pretty much. Redcliffe Village. Soldiers Path, although the route is more treacherous than the Girls Pass to the north. This pass can shave more than 2 days travel off the journey to Orlais. Frostback Mountains. Frostback Mountains. Sorry, I can't speak today. So we'll go here first. Whoa! First of all, bro, I wanted to put clothes on. I can't do it at the base. Can I? Oh, there's like 3 over there. Yeah, and there's a bandit right there. That's the leader. I was okay with the fight, but I need to...
It shall be as you say.
Move. Move.
All right.
Move. Oh, you can't go over there. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll have to do the best with what I got.
I'll try to be merciful.
I'll do the best I can with what I got.
Oh!
Can you winter grasp at that bitch? Yeah, we'll start with him. Leave him alone right now. Oh, Soria. Let's go for... There we go. Yeah, right there. Precision strike, yes. already attacking him anyway. And that dude. Just keep going. Yeah. No! Oh! I should have quick saved before I left. God damn it. Alright.
What do you need? You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not with so much as riding on. I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. Have you had someone close to... Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good.
Okay.
Yes. Well, here I am. And in it, I
I will
fell,
try to remember
and
everything.
the darkness drew me in. When I woke, it was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of the... There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Black devours everything? He's still... I know what the Chantry says about the Maker, and what should I believe? Thank you. I know...
Do.
Why are we stopping? There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful? You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight. No. People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are alive. I am.
You ever fought in a war?
Decide. I am a Sten of the Beresad. I did not choose to be who I am. The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world. I have always fought in war, human. Some of them. They aren't all alike. Generally, I do not see how this matters. Seheron and Parvolan are distant. Ferelden and the Darkspawn are as you...
Okay. I know, dog. I'm coming.
Oh, why, you little... Your furry friend here took offense...
Bad dog.
Sometimes...
You're a... Where... Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? But poor Duncan's... Well, no more. Was my... So King Arlen banished the ward... Duncan... No, it is... They say it's haunted, and it's certainly dangerous. Will you help me? 1,000... I'll mark...
Can I even... Yeah, I can. Okay. Alright, I can. I can do it right here. Let's see. Gray iron. Mail, of course. Let's go with that. Iridium. You can't dual wield 2 axes. You're a goddamn liar. You're a fucking liar. You're bullshitting me. Who said this? Who said these things? Unbelievable. You can't you guys are funny. You cannot dual wield 2 axes. Sure. Sure, whatever you say. My mistake. Let's see. Where's his points at right now anyway? Character record. Strength. Okay, gotcha. Warrior. Okay. Let's see his skills. Cool. He's got points on two-handed already. So it's like you literally have to. Wait, what level is Sten at? Sten is at level 7. I was going to try. That's a lot of points already on that he already used up. What's the level cap? I forgot. I might do it anyway. I might just say fuck it. It's only 5 skill points that he already used. What's the matter? Wait a minute. You need dexterity on these, don't you? Okay. Okay, and what is his dexterity at? His dexterity's at 15. Never mind, never mind. Never mind. I tried. Ladies and gentlemen, I tried. I tried. Here, I'll at least make Sten an axe and shield bro. How about that? We'll do that at least. Axe and sword. That's probably towards the that's related to strength. Yeah. Points on strength right there. Good lord. Good lord. Improved combat trading. Only this is all for two-hand. All of it is for two-hand. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull it off. I want to see how good it looks. We'll see.
Hello. The boy's a bit simple, but
I know.
he's rather good with enchantments. One of those it's a and there you have it. Oh,
we're gonna need literally all of these. We're gonna have to do lesser lyrium because, listen, we're still broke. Concentrated agent, that's too expensive. We can do corrupt agent, do a little bit of those. Whoa. No, it's too expensive as well. We should wait until we get better money. Damn, they got everything. Jesus. Damn, he's got everything. He's got all the good shit anyway. Anything to make health potions we'll take. So crafting, well, flasks. Doesn't really have anything else. We'll hold on to that. Butterfly sword? Ain't nobody want a butterfly sword.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I ran a fairly successful business.
I'll keep this quick.
She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that. Well, the lost tigers. They're full of things that people left. The noble bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface. Now, is there anything the boy?
Goodbye.
Yep, bye. Alright, let's talk to her. Smooch.
What do you wish of me?
Smooch with the witch lady.
If you must. I would... The chase... When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend. Changing her... Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know? No. The zealots of the Chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one. I am surprised you think so. Still, 'tis a pleasant.
Yep.
If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must. You look. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary. They do not shy away from me. To their senses, as to what they think, I truly cannot say, just as I am still human, no matter. Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch? But in...
Okay. I think I had a little bit more conversation.
What do you wish of me?
One more.
If you must.
Grow up in the corporate
Why do you ask me
wilds.
such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
Yeah. I don't remember her saying this. Let's see. You can probe anytime.
Beg pardon then while I jump for joy. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years, in time, I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness. For the most part, I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could... equal parts daring and foolhardy. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a... He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed... Men, I played the weakling and battered my eye. The point being that I was able to move... Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I remember this conversation. I remember this time. Were you upset with all the bad touching?
At least with that sort of touching, I would have been able to intuit the intent with far greater ease. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes, how to eat at a table, how to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Oh, I'm glad it worked out this way at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Her mouth, I swear. Alright, let's quick save. Since we got our ass whooped by fucking... Let's try this again. Good lord. We haven't even done anything yet. We have not done a damn thing.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
I don't want to go to Red Cliff without my boy Alistair, so let's go this way. Oh shit, I didn't see this coming. Well, what do you know? Okay. Let's see. Resisted? Of course he resisted. I mean, why not? Let's quickly stamp out the one person right there. No. Use your arrows, please. There we go. Let's see. We're gonna have to take care of him. He's the biggest issue. Damage we'll have to do. Good lord, you're dying. Good thing I saved.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get up?
Here, you take care of that, Liliana. And you take care of this guy that's attacking Sten. I know we got people with arrows behind us. Just one step at a time, please. You're gonna have to take another one. Ah, he's stuck on a fucking thing.
Be cut down.
Yeah, he's cut down. Had to be 3 arrowmen right there. Perfectly placed.
Got it.
I never liked this part.
Alright. That sucks. It sucks because the enemies are so perfectly placed where I'm just like, there's 3 arrow people up there, and I'm like, well, that sucks because I can't get to them without fighting 3 dudes that are at the bottom. By the way, I really do appreciate when games this I don't know why, but every time when there's an RPG with your party members being more than 4, the developers are just like, all right, so you're only going to be able to bring 4, and I know you have 8 allies with you, 8 companions, and I'm like, why 4? It's like, because reasons. And I'm like, why fucking 4? Bring everyone. The dog, the fucking Alistair, Sten, the freaking Wynn. Bring Liliana. Bring everybody. Bring everybody. And they won't. It's like, man, only 4. I can understand it. Since this is an old game, I will not understand it for a what's the word I'm looking for? For a new game.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Bring the usual suspects. We'll go to...
Will you stop eating?
Stop eating? Leave and skillfully evade their clueless trap.
I'm hungry.
Stuff your face at camp. For now, watch the bloody road.